Hey, what's up, guys? Footy Manager TV here, and this is my third episode of my Badalona challenge, the Talent Factory challenge. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to check it out, if you want to try it yourself. But I've explained it good in the first couple episodes, and I've actually played through it a lot because I'm sure I said in the previous episodes that I wouldn't be showing too much of the first couple seasons because the focus of this is building with my youth and regens, and I had to really not simulate. I just played without showing really much videos. I'll just show you it now. If you check out, where are we? Yeah, like near the end of March now. Uh, the season is almost finished, but still a considerable amount of matches. Well, not really too much matches yet, but yeah, about eight or so, I think that is. And yeah, we're going to probably be mid-table, and that's ideal for me. I didn't want to come too low or too high, so I don't have, obviously, not to get relegated, and then not to have too much high expectations for next season, because I'm going to be playing a lot of the regions that I get. But first off, I'll show you probably the main thing that I wanted to show. Uh, for the first season, to increase my scouting knowledge, 14% world knowledge now. I believe it started at 3 or 4 or something like that. You have to go and check the first ever episode. And yeah, we've got two scouts there, one from France, one from Spain. So already being from France, he gets the scouting knowledge from there. But we'll check it out. What we've done, we've got Lauren, the guy who used to play for Arsenal. We've got him now as a coach. Obviously, he's got the nationalities, the knowledge of Cameroon and England. So that's very good. Obviously, you got the France there, Italy as well. I went the scouting knowledge from Eric Olhatz, Portugal as well, with scouting those countries as you see here, and half the knowledge, like 50% from my half nationality from Brazil. I just made that the second nationality, which is a good thing to do. Now scouting the Netherlands to hopefully get knowledge from them because you know you can get some good youth players from the Netherlands. Very solid players, but anyway, we've got to see who we get. And yeah, hopefully we can get someone good. You always, like your head of youth development, they always say they find a prospect who's going to be very good. It either differs, they'll say it's going to be the gifted player from our own youth ranks, or from like the total all up. Or I can't remember what it says. Like to come of his of the best players of his generation. So when it says that you have someone really good, but obviously not of that stature because we don't have that much. Youth facilities and youth recruitment isn't that good, like, of a Barcelona standard, but that's the goal with this series and challenge to get to that status. As you can see, we're in the red right now. Unfortunately, I improved my youth thing, or my youth. I'll check it out now. I'm not sure which exactly, but one of them it was. I'll check it out now. If I go to my squad and CF Barcelona, and then I go to where are we? Facilities, and then the junior coaching. That's the one I improved. The youth recruitment was already on average, so that's not bad to start off with, but obviously not amazing. And I spent more on youth, the junior coaching, and I think that's very important. And what I was going to say with being in the red, they said they don't have the money to offer me a contract. So if it comes down to it, I'm going to have to use an editor or a in-game editor to give myself a bigger contract because if I don't get a new contract, I'm not gonna I can't be bothered with this series anymore. I wouldn't should go with a different team because I probably couldn't be bothered with that. And you'll notice I did some PES videos. You're gonna see that a bit more, but still I'm gonna do Football Manager because the videos are relatively easy to make compared to FIFA at least. But still gonna do FIFA. I'm just gonna all games, a lot of content, and hopefully you enjoy it, like the different variety. And a lot of people just do FIFA, and I'm changing it up a bit, so hopefully that is appreciated. Anyway, going into our first player, Oscar Madero. He's attacking mid or even a striker, just really depends where he's going to play, but only a half a star report, not even 1 star. And again, nothing special from this guy as a striker. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it. I don't want this video to be too long as there's no match or anything. But as you can see, he's got nothing really special in terms of technical attributes, which is disappointing. But with that, we have heaps of players. Next up, we've got Eric, who's a left winger. It's very good. We play a left mid in our formation. He's 2.5 stars. Any region you get that has especially when you're being a lower team, anyone like above a 1 star report, that means they could become a decent player for your level, at least in my experience. He's decent technically, mentally got some high attributes. And when I say high, I'm talking about for my level, not like a Premier League level or Liga BBVA level, I should say, from being in Spain. So, he could be a decent player, but again, not very good strength. Have to work on that with a lot of my regions. They start with low strength, and if you can improve that early, the strength can become decent. But next up, Sergi can play as a striker, attacking mid, out right or in the center. Again, decent. His penalties, heading. Yeah, I suppose technically, like his set pieces are fairly good with penalties and free kicks. Corner's not bad as well. He's like key attributes, but he's got a good influence and flair. Not sure if he's going to be good enough. Again, I'm probably going to sign up all these players because that's the basis. I want to get all these regions in, and yeah, base my team around regions and hopefully develop them and show you how I do my training and how to improve players. And even if they don't have the potential, where I should focus their training on and that kind of thing. But next up, Christian Postigo. He's got a 1.5-star report. He's only 16 years of age. Well, that's the main age you get him. He's defensive mid, but his tackling is only 5. So with 3 strength and tackling 5, that could be a cause for concern for a defensive mid. So yeah, I'm not sure about that for now. But moving on, you got Jamie Seguera, another defensive mid. Hopefully he can be a bit better. Yeah, he's got 11 tackling, so that's definitely better signs, and 7 marking. Mentally is a bit better, only at 1-star report, but yeah, he's got very good attributes, at least for a defensive mid. That 11 tackling is fairly good, and he's got good determination, influence, work rate, and aggression. That's fairly good attributes for a centre mid that is defensive minded. So that's very good. But next up, moving to Emili Casado, who's a centre back but also can play defensive mid. Again, 11 tackling, marking 8. These defensive attributes seem to be improving. Physically, in the air, he's fairly good. Good natural fitness. Aggression, very good. Sometimes you need that, but not to be too high. You might give away red cards and that. He's got very good height for a 16-year-old, 194. I haven't really experimented to check out if it grows or not, but if you know for sure, like if you're someone who plays heaps into the game, does the regions, their height grow? I haven't really noticed it, but you think a 16-year-old, they will still grow a bit more. Not so much, but you would think they'll grow a little bit more. But anyway, next up, Inigo Sadaba. He's a right mid. We've got a left mid already. Next we got a right mid. Yeah, very good. It's really a solid player because he's got that 2.5-star report, and physically he's good with his natural fitness. Pace is very good, but again, strength is 1. But that's something I want to talk about. You think I would want to focus on his strength, but that is not the case. With his strength being 1, the highest that would ever be, even if I just specifically focus on it, the highest it will ever be is maybe 5 or 6. 7 if lucky, but so that's still going to be bad strength, even if it ends up being 7, like I said. So I would rather focus on his other technical attributes, because yeah, he's never going to be amazing at strength, so that will be a waste of time working on it. Even though, yeah, because the maximum, it's like realistically, it's only ever going to be like 5 or 6, not much too higher than that, because yeah, so it will be just a waste of time, and I'll rather work on his technical attributes. That will make more sense to me, but that's just my way and how I go with it. But now, moving on to our key player, that Garcia San Juan, he's really projecting him, or projecting, whatever you want to call it. He thinks he's going to be one of our best players to come through our ranks, which it's good to start. We haven't really had much players looking at my current team, but here, Said Bar. Obviously, his name doesn't sound like he's from Spain, but obviously he's got the Spanish nationality, because recruiting him, but he's actually from Morocco. He's got the Moroccan nationality, and it's a bit interesting because if you saw the scouting knowledge before, we didn't have any knowledge from Morocco, but we did have the Central Africa being from Cameroon, so maybe that makes it influence in that. Like I said, I haven't really experimented with that, but we didn't have the specific Moroccan scouting knowledge, but we did have the Central Africa, and obviously Morocco is part of that. So yeah, he's got a 3.5-star report. No doubt our best region. Can play like in the striking position, in midfield as well, out wide on the right. So he can be a very good player for us, like playing 3 positions in our formation. So he could come make an impact straight away. So no doubt I'll bring him into the first team right away, and he can make an impact hopefully anyway. But next up, Pablo, defender, and hopefully he's good. 2.5-star. We're actually getting some decent players here, like for this level I'm talking about. So he's got heading 12, marking 12, or heading 12, tackling 12, I should say, and his jumping is 16. So no doubt he's going to be amazing in the air. Look at that, 200 centimeters. I'm not sure where you're going to find a 200 centimeter 15-year-old. Who knows how tall he's going to be? Yeah, if he keeps growing, that's going to be. Yeah, he's going to be pretty tall, but 200 centimeters for a 15-year-old, you're not going to see that in real life. I'm fairly sure about that. Anyway, who's next? You got Anawa, Sadie, again, another guy I would imagine He's from another country. He has to be, no doubt. Yeah, another Moroccan. So that's very good. We're getting them in. That has to be from the Central Africa. Of course, we haven't got them as a scouting knowledge at all, which is very interesting. But we have got that Central Africa, like I said already, with the Cameroonian. So that definitely makes the impact. 2-star for a goalkeeper, but we've got some like younger players in the team already. I'll talk about a bit later. But anyway, his reflexes is 5. That's something that needs to be worked on if he's going to be a goalkeeper for us in the future. But again, Andreas attacking right wing back, which is needed, I guess, even though we play with a more defensive right back or wing backs or full backs, whatever you want to call them. But again, the strength is poor. But he's not bad defensively. Like he's got that 9 tackling, passing fairly good as well. First touch 9. That's important for a passing game. But anyway, again, I don't want to spend too much time. But next up, Jaume Segura. He's attacking mid, can play striker as well, or striker, I guess, but he's got a bit of pace, 13 pace, that's really solid, and it can still improve as well, but unfortunately, anything else is not amazing, like tackling 1, passing 2, that's really bad, so that's something that needs to be worked on, no doubt, but again, I'm talking about it like those really low attributes, they're never going to be amazing, so to me, it will be a waste of time working on them, and they should improve a little bit naturally, because if I work on it specifically, it's going to be only a maximum of 7, and still that's not amazing. So I'd rather work to increase his finishing, because being a striker, of course. But next up we've got Mohamed Guardiola from Spain, obviously. And yeah, I doubt this guy's going to be good enough, and he doesn't really look like a footballer in my opinion, if you look at his haircut. But anyway, he's got 8 finishing. I suppose if I work on that, can come a bit decent. Composure not good enough. But yeah, just looking at this guy as a striker, I doubt he'd be good enough. Low stamina, not very good. 4 is really low. That's going to improve. Yeah, it's going to need to improve if I need him. If he wants to be in my team. But next up, Michael Buquero. Again, another player from local to us in Badalona. And yeah, another one that's really poor, at least to our coach report, not even 1-star report. But technically, he seems okay for a wide player. Like he's got some key attributes, like his technique 11, that's fairly high compared to the other players. Crossing is alright, and first touch is okay, but the rest of the attributes are left to be desired. So yeah, I don't know if he's going to be good enough. Like I said, I'll probably work on those key attributes to get them as good as they can be instead of working on the lower ones. That's just what I like to do and what I'm going to experiment, and hopefully it does actually work with that. And now our second last player right here, Jaume Argalaga, Argilaga. Not sure how to pronounce his name. I'm going to get better with the Spanish pronunciations as this series goes on. But he's a defensive mid and centre mid. Of course, hopefully he can be good. He's got 17 heading, so no doubt he's going to be good in the air. And defensively, he's alright. He's got 7 tackling, and he's good passing as well, 7. Mentally, he's got some nice ones there. But he's alright with the first touch. And yeah, he could be a decent player if we get him on the right training schedule and that kind of thing. So, and yeah, and also on my microphone, I'm still testing what's the best settings for it to get the best really sound. So, yeah, hopefully, I think I found the right setting now, but if not, I'll look to change it. But yeah, hopefully it's good. But next up on the last guy, you got Arnau from Masnau. He's another right back, but also can play left back, which is very good. He's another one, very good defensively. He's probably a bit better than the other options that I showed you earlier. He's got a bit of pace, 11, and not bad. That can increase a little bit. 10 tackling, 8 technique, 8 passing, 7 marking, 6 dribbling. He's got actually a nice attributes for attacking wing back. So hopefully he can become a decent player for us. But that's still these young players. They always improve. They can either improve a lot or not improve a lot. So that's going to be crucial, their development to the future at this club. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But quickly, like I said, I just want to show you my current real players. A lot of them I will let go when their contracts run out unless I receive offers. Like I said, or like you can see here, one of our players, Joaquin, is wanted. Hasn't really been doing amazing, but yeah, he's wanted. But try and maybe get some money from that, especially being in the red. But I'm going to let a lot of my players go when they run out of contract. If you see their contract right here, and we'll show it that way. We've got quite a few players, around 8 or so there, that's running out of contract. So I might let them go like for that, to release those funds. As you can see, there's some guys on a bit of wage, like 2,000, 3,000, 3,000. Yeah, like 2 or 3,000. So yeah, we can get a bit money back from that. And of course, the youth contracts are way cheaper. Hopefully, it doesn't affect too much in our results. But a couple of the younger players I will look to keep if I think they're good enough, like this guy here, Marcelo. The first half of the season, I didn't register him because he was 18, and I thought because he was 18 he could play, but then he turned 19, and then I couldn't play him. But yeah, he seems as a very good player. Obviously, he came from Real Madrid, I believe. If I go to his career stats, he started at Real Madrid. Obviously, he didn't make the grade there, so yeah, unfortunately for him, but we're giving him a chance. And yeah, leave your comments if you'd like me to keep these players, or if you want it to be full regions, or do you want me to keep like some current players that I actually have? Because that is part of the challenge as well. Like, there's no rules against offering new contracts, I believe. But yeah, anyway, Marcelo, he's a decent player for a centre back at least. Then we've got Joao or Joan Grasser. He's 21, so he's still in that young bracket. Like, for me, under 23 is young. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him or not yet. Like, his contract running out at the end of next season, so he's still got time remaining. So we're just going to keep him until then. Yeah, until then. But to me, he seems like a lower league Fernando Torres. Like, he's got the dribbling ability, finishing, and not bad in the air. He can pass as well. So yeah, that's just my opinion on him. Got a little bit of flair and can finish with his good composure. But yeah, he's a decent player. He's been scoring regularly for us. He's been our first choice striker. But interesting, I'll show you the other striker in a minute. After we show basically other younger prospect, Alex, as a goalkeeper. I'm probably looking to keep him because he really looked as a good prospect for me as a goalkeeper, 4-star report. And yeah, one of our better players, and he's been doing solidly. As you can see, 7 clean sheets and conceded 34 out of 30 in a team that has been like unpredictable because I haven't really made any signings. It's just been the same, and that's the rules behind this series. You can't make any signings just to make it a bit harder. And the guy I was talking about, Albert Yagu, or Yao Gui, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but anyway, his contract is running out. But he's actually been a bit surprising because I've had the other striker, Joan Grasser, as a number one. But this guy, he's been only started 5 appearances and 14 off the bench in the league at least, and scored 12 times. So that's a very good return. I've been starting him regularly, like in the recent matches. I've been starting him, and look in the last 3 matches right here. He scored 7 goals in the last 3 appearances. He's been amazing. So yeah, to me, like, I wanted to play the other guy because he was younger and he's more realistic to play, like, for the future. But this guy, I've been playing him because I needed to get the results, and he's got the job done, especially in the last 3 matches. He's been amazing. So yeah, I'll probably continue to play him just for now, even though his composure is bad. But I've been working on that in training, but hasn't really improved. And yeah, I know, like, the rules of this challenge is not to buy players, but there's no rules against offering players with like a new contract. But it seems unrealistic. Like, I just want to get rid of the players, but I've got to keep them until I can get in good regions because yeah, if I just have a team full of regions, I'll probably get relegated and then I'll be out of a job. But anyway, that's enough for now. I've got to work on the bank balance. I'll leave your suggestions how to really improve that. I'm not really sure what to do. Like, I released a contract of one player. I'll just show you that for now. If I go to transfer center and go to history, I released Marcos. He was the other goalkeeper on a free transfer. He was a bit of wage, and yet like the other goalkeeper is younger and about the same quality, and he just went to another team in like the same league as us. So, oh, actually to a better league in the Liga Adelante. So, and he's been doing well there. So it was a bit interesting. But yeah, he was never part of the plans for me anyway. So yeah, that's it for now. Hopefully, I'll look to improve the bank balance. But at the end of the season, when I can release the contracts of a lot of our players worth a bit more than we can bring on our regions, that should fix up later in the season. And you know the bank balance, it gets fixed up when you start a new season anyway. So hopefully you enjoy this series. Again, I'll be doing a lot of PES, some FIFA as well, and yeah, obviously Football Manager. Like, I want to, because a lot of people, they only do one game. Like, they either just do Football Manager or they just do FIFA or just do PES as well. But I want to get them all incorporated to get a lot of content, and hopefully I can get a lot of subscribers from those different games. And yeah, hopefully hopefully I can get people interested in other games as well. Because I know, like, when I make videos, sometimes people say, like, I don't expect it, but sometimes people say, you made me want to buy the game, and yeah, at least I did my job with that. And of course, like, I don't think so many people enjoy my videos for whatever reason, but I know, like, a couple people do. So yeah, just make my videos for those people. Like, even if just one person likes them, or just like a couple, like, I'll make my videos for those people. And anyone who doesn't like them, you can easily just press the unsubscribe button, or the subscribe button. You're no longer subscribe, and yeah, that's easier instead of just like leaving comments that are really not helping anyone. It doesn't help you because you're wasting your time on someone you don't like, and it doesn't help me because you're wasting my time as well. Even though you're giving me more views and other stuff that I won't talk about. But anyway, that's it for now, and hopefully I'll get some more of this series done. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.